Hello, good morning to everyone. Welcome to IPSI's webinar series. We have Mr. Muhammad Hazrul Muhammad Hussin, and he is a senior librarian at PTAR, our library, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak, here in UiTM Shah Alam. And he will give us a lecture, or I can say a short seminar on online database for literature. For your information, the Q&A will be handled at the end of the session. And should you have queries, kindly type your question at the chat box. Okay, so without further ado, I will pass this session to Encik Hazrul, and over to you, Encik Hazrul.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Siti Mazzuana and IPSIS for applying for this session. And as mentioned, my name is Muhammad Hazrul Muhammad Hussin, a senior librarian from Tun Abdul Razak Library. And thank you all. Okay, hopefully you guys are okay today. And for today's session, it will be one of our module. Okay, it's actually we have 11 modules available. Okay, for information literacy classes. So this would be one of the modules whereby mostly I would recommend to all those new students to attend this first. Okay, as this is a basic module, so that you get to know how to access most of our online databases and how can you use on our online databases, and as well as the searching technique involved. Okay, so that you get a proper, or as what we call it as the right articles. Okay, the right articles using the searching techniques. Okay, so on today's session, it will be on the module LSC 102, simply known as Online Database for Literature. So for our module overview, right? So I'll be teaching you in two parts. Okay, there will be in this session there will be two parts. The first part will be the slides. Okay, I will just go through the slides for a while. Okay, mainly on about the searching techniques and so on. And then later on we will move on to the online databases. Okay, how can you access our online database and how can you get to use all the online databases available. Okay, so for the first part would be the information searching strategy. Okay, so what is a search strategy? It is a search string is a combination of keywords, truncation symbols, and Boolean operators you enter into the search box of an electronic library resource or an internet search engine, right? So I think most of you would be familiar with, especially on this browser, Google, Yahoo, Bing, and so on. Okay, so these are the type of search engine that we will use. Okay, we will normally use. Okay, so I think we can agree upon whenever that we have a topic. Okay, whenever that we have a topic, the first thing that comes into our mind would be the browser. Okay, the search engine, right? So in other words, that you can use either the browsers or it's actually you can use our online databases as well, right? So both of these search engine as well as the online databases serve on its own purposes. All right. So, and what you need is actually a combination of keywords and then plus with other searching strategy, which is the truncation, Boolean operators, and so on. Okay. So some of you might ask, what is truncation, Boolean, and so on. So I will go through later on. Okay. So bear with me within this session, this 2-hour session. Okay, so any question, if you need to ask anything, okay, you get to type in later on at the end of the session. Okay. Okay, so why do we need the search strategy? Okay, first thing first is for us to get relevant results, to save time going through irrelevant information, and to go beyond Googling, retrieving anything and everything. Okay, how can you achieve? Enable you to quickly retrieve relevant information from thousands of records in a database. And by using the following methods, you can make your search statement specific and increase the chance of retrieving relevant information. Okay, so normally if you when we do want to search our topic, okay, when we have a topic and we want to search for an article, Normally, if we use Google, Bing, or whatsoever, any search engines, okay, the first thing that comes into our mind, we will type in the topic itself bit by bit, word by word, okay, and in hope that when we do that, we get the by the first page of the first result, we will get the answer immediately. But sadly, it doesn't. Okay, because normally we have to browse through a few pages. Sometimes we do get the articles that we need, and sometimes we do not get any articles that is relevant to us. Okay, that's why you need to combine with this searching strategies, okay, with the use of keywords and the Boolean operators and truncation and whatsoever, so that you get the relevant results, and then sometimes you get to go beyond Googling. Okay, sometimes we didn't expect that we could get that kind of article or that kind of information. All right, and then it saves our time, so that the page itself, the Google or the search engine itself or the online database will eliminate, okay, will discard any irrelevant information. Okay, this would be the type of search strategy that you can use. Firstly, of course, you need to use a keyword as compared from the topic itself. Okay, from the topic itself, you have to determine the keywords that you have to use. Okay, you do not key in the whole topic. Normally, you have to use a specific keywords, and then you get to combine with these Boolean operators, or maybe the use of the quotation marks, or maybe the use of wildcards, and as well as the truncation. And then this would be, okay, for example, use of keywords and specific terms, all right? For example, this would be your topic that you that was given to you, right? So job performance in the organization, all right? So normally when as I mentioned earlier, normally when we have that certain topic, okay, we would key in word by word. Okay, the whole topic, the whole word, we would put it, the whole sentence, we will put it inside that search engine, or maybe we would key in into that search box itself. Okay, in hope that we get that particular article in the first place, right? So normally it does not happen. Okay, because of normally if you need to define from this statement itself, you need to define the keywords. Okay, you have to use the keywords. Okay, for example, job performance in the organization, it is best for you. The keywords would be job performance. Okay, do not enter as job or do not enter as performance. Okay, because whenever you enter in a different, maybe you say that job is the keyword. Okay, when you enter job as a keyword, okay, the reading list, the search list, it would be enormous. Okay, it would find you all sorts of articles mentioning on job, all sorts of articles mentioning on job, not just the performance part, but actually maybe the job search, okay, job specification, and so on. Okay, so you have to determine the best keywords to use, and as well as the specific term. Okay, the more specific the keywords, okay, the best you get on the result. Okay, so that it will narrow down your results a little bit more, right? So let's say this is the keywords job performance. Okay, when you enter at the search box in one of the online databases or maybe in Google, so it will only search article on job performance as compared for other types of articles on job relevancy, job scope, job search, and so on. Okay, so be careful whenever that you type in your key in the stop words. Okay, sometimes it would not search other words as well. The stop words meaning is and, about, after all, base, because, between, and so on. Okay, that would consider as a stop word. So you have to determine the keywords. Okay, in order from the statement itself, from the topic itself, just determine a proper keywords so that you get to find the answer on it saves your time a lot. Okay, I was trying to say that so that you get to filter out all the relevant information that you needed. Okay, so from here, as you can see, okay, you can combine more than one keywords. You can combine more than one keywords. For example, in that particular topic itself, you can find let's say you see from this topic you get to use 3 keywords actually. Okay, maybe sorry, 2 keywords. Job performance as one, and the other one is organization. Okay, you can combine those keywords in one search by using the Boolean operators, the truncation, and so on. Okay. So what is Boolean operator? Boolean operators are a simple word and or not used as conjunctions to combine or exclude keywords in search, resulting in more focused and productive results. Okay, for this matter, the example I would try to use from this website alone so that it's easier for you to understand. Okay, hopefully it's easier for you to understand. So, okay, you can simply Google this searching techniques available. Just type in as Boolean operators or Boolean wildcard and truncation. There are so many examples given. Okay, so you get to read and then to analyze, or maybe you won't understand. You want to extend your searching or you want to extend your reading on this matter, so you just Google it, right? So let's say I would like to use from this Valdosta State University. Okay, let me click it here. Right. So the example given from this Valdosta University is simple enough for me to understand and to explain. Okay, hopefully you guys get to understand this as well. Right. So, okay, for Boolean operators, allow a database search to be narrowed, broadened, or made more precise. And there are three Boolean operators, and, or, and not. Okay, and or not are inserted between each search term. So, if you want to use these Boolean operators, okay, you have to know which Boolean operators suits your searching well. Maybe you want to narrow down a little bit your search, so you have to use and. Okay, let's say you want to broaden it up a little bit. Okay, you want to expand your search a little bit, but still within the same context, right? You use or. Maybe you want it to be more precise. Okay, you have to use not, and so on. Okay, you get to combine all these three in one search as well. That I will show you later on, right? So again, when you want to use these Boolean operators, meaning that you have to have more than one keyword. Okay, you have to have more than one keyword. So for the first part would be this AND. Okay, Boolean operators, the first Boolean operators would be AND. AND is used for narrowing or focusing a search topic. Okay, specify that both search terms must be present in the results. Right. So if you want to narrow down or focus on a certain topics, okay, you have to use AND. Okay, so that it will eliminate all those unwanted articles, irrelevant information, and so on. Right. So example given. So let's say you want to search your topic. Let's say this is your topic. Um, Violence among teenagers. Okay, violence among teenagers. So let's say that would be your topic. Okay, it is best not to type in exactly word by word in your search engine, in your search box. Okay, you have to determine the keywords. Okay, so let's say the topic is violence among teenagers. So you just key in teenagers and violence, or violence and teenagers, either or, it doesn't matter. Okay. So if let's say you key in teenagers and violence, meaning that in that particular, you want in that particular article, it should mention both of these keywords. Okay. It should appear, both of these keywords should appear in one article, in that particular article. Okay. Teenagers as well as violence. Okay. So not on a separate item or not in a separate article. Okay, let's say you key in just teenagers. So avoid using, sorry. So it is best to avoid using general keywords, keywords that is too general. Okay, for example, teenagers. Okay, teenagers is too general. If let's say you key in teenagers, you will find articles, all sorts of articles mentioning on teenagers. Any articles that mention on the word teenagers, it will appear, right? So the good side of the teenagers, the bad side of the teenagers, okay, both it will combine, so that you get your result, you will get irrelevant results. Okay, the search hits would be too big for you to filter out. Okay, and then the same goes with violence. If let's say you just key in violence as your keywords, it is too general, then all sorts of articles that mention on violence, it will appear as well, right? Domestic violence, adult violence, right? So peer violence and so on. So anything on violence, it will appear. The only article that we need is the violence on teenagers. So that's why we need to combine these two keywords into one, so that it will eliminate other articles, unrelated articles. Okay, so it will narrow down or focus your search topic. So From the example given, as you can see from here, if if you, let's say you search on the teenagers alone, okay, the search result would be 4,000. But you search for, and then you search for violence alone, the result would be 11,000. But if you combine with the use of the first Boolean operators and to narrow down your search, then the result would be smaller, 728 results. Okay, so this is an example. So for the next one is or. Okay, or used for expanding or broadening a search topic. Specify that either search term can be present in the results. Often used to include synonyms or related terms. Okay, so if you want to expand or broaden your search topic a little bit, but still within the same context, you get to use or. Okay, even though, like I mentioned just now, if you need to narrow down your search, most of the search needs to be narrowed down. Okay, but it is best sometimes if you have narrowed down your search, but you still could not get any relevant articles, you could use this next Boolean operators just to expand a little bit. Okay, just to expand a little bit, but still within the same context, right? So whenever you want to use or, make sure you use synonyms or related terms. Okay, make sure it is synonyms or related terms. Okay, example given, teenager or juvenile or adolescent, meaning that the word teenager is a synonym for other words as well. Okay, it has a synonym on juvenile as well as adolescent. Okay, and juvenile tends to have the same synonym for teenager as well as adolescent and vice versa. Okay, so because some articles, some author, okay, they did not mention the word teenager. Maybe they mention it as juvenile. Maybe they mention it as adolescent. So it will be a waste for us since we only key in as teenager. We only get article only mentioned on teenager, but we did not get article that is mentioned on uh, the word juvenile or adolescent. Okay, especially on the violence part just now. Okay, normally when we associate with violence on teenagers, it will associate to other synonyms as juvenile. Okay, so that's why we will be at loss, and we couldn't find any articles related to that particular topic. So if you want to expand a little bit, you have to determine, or you have to use that synonyms or related terms. Make sure it is related on a related terms. Okay, if you use different set of keywords to combine with or, then your search will be irrelevant. Your search would be more than you can imagine. Okay, that would be a hassle for you just to filter out one by one. Okay, make sure it is either synonyms or related terms. Okay, so from the example given, let's say teenager or juvenile or adolescent. So this one is a synonym for each of these words. So from the example given, as you can see, if you key in teenager alone, the result will be 400. Or maybe you key in juvenile alone, the result will be 500 articles. Or maybe you key in for adolescent, the result will be 800. But if you combine this, okay, the number would be slightly bigger, slightly larger, but not still within the same context. Okay, so it shoot up to 1,700 articles. Okay, so sometimes if you, let's say, if you have used or, then you have to combine with other, you can combine with other Boolean operators as well, such as not or and, just to make it more specific, or maybe more, to narrow down a little bit more. Okay. So for the next one would be not. Okay, not. Used to eliminate false hits or get rid of that one term that you do not want in your results list. Specify that the first term but not the second can be present in the results. Okay, for example given, you want to find articles on teenagers but on the good side of the teenagers. You do not want the violence part. Okay, if you key in the word teenagers alone, then all sorts of article will come out in the search result. Okay, the good side as well as the bad side. So you want to eliminate the bad side, especially on the violence part. So you put in as teenagers not violence, so that it will eliminate the violence part. you only get articles mentioning on teenagers, but with on the good side of the teenagers, not the violent side. So normally if you do this, then your search would be more focused. Okay. Okay, to some online databases, you get to use this search engine not just for our online database, but you get to use this. This is a universal searching technique. You get used to use this in other search engine as well. Okay, Google, Yahoo, Bing, and so on. Right. So this is universal. And to some online database, if let's say you want to use not, sometimes you just can use the hyphen symbol. Okay, the minus symbol or the hyphen. Okay, teenagers, and then you key in as hyphen and then violence, meaning you are entering the word Boolean operators as not. Okay, to some online database and to some and to mostly to all search engines. Okay, for online databases, how can you tell whether it is applicable or not for that symbol? You can always go to the search tips. Later, I will show you how can you search on the search tips. Okay, so this would be the basic part of the searching technique, Boolean operators that you get to use. Okay, so you can later on, you can try it out, okay, on your own. If you would use the word and, what will happen? If you would use the word or, what will happen, and so on. Okay, you can master this in, if you do this within an hour, you can master this immediately. Okay, it's actually, it's not that hard for you to understand, right? Okay, so for the next part would be the advanced, a little bit more advanced search, the nesting, truncation, as well as wildcards. And the first part would be the nesting or parentheses. Okay, this is an alternative to a database's advanced search. Okay, allows you to construct complex searches combining and, or, and not by grouping search term appropriately. Okay, so for example given, okay, maybe still on the same topic, okay, violence among teenagers. Okay, you can either, but you know that the word teenagers, they have they have their own synonyms. Okay, that a synonym that you can use. So whenever you have those, okay, those synonyms are related terms, you get to use this nesting. You have to use this nesting, right? So you search in like this. Okay, the next thing would be this bracket. Okay, bracket, open bracket, teenagers or juvenile, close bracket, and violence. Meaning that you want to search articles on violence and teenagers. Another one would be juvenile and teenagers. Okay, two sets of articles, but it's actually within the same context. Okay, if let's say you do not key in this, you do not put this nesting, this bracket here, okay, here and here, the opening and the closing bracket, so it will search two types of articles, different articles. The first part would be the teenagers alone, the good side and the bad side of the teenagers. Okay, and then on the juvenile part, it only search on the violence part. Okay, because this is next to each other. So the system will only read juveniles and violence, but for teenagers, it will read all sorts of articles on mentioning on juvenile, the good side as well as the bad side. So that would be wrong. Okay, it's actually we want to find teenagers and violence as well as or juvenile and violence. If let's say you have another one, you can put it here or adolescent and violence. Okay, so you do not need to do a separate search on each other, teenagers and violence. You search only for teenagers and violence first, and then the next time you search for juvenile and violence. No. Okay, so that would take some time for you to do that. So it is best for you to combine like this so that in one search you get other options as well. Okay. All right. So for the next part would be the truncation. Okay. Expands the search to locate all words beginning with the same root. Okay. Symbol to truncate is usually an asterisk or the star sign. Okay. So example given. So teen. Okay. Teenager. Let's say teenagers. Teenagers. The root word for the teenagers would be teen. Okay. So you know that the root word for teenagers is teen, and then for teen you get other type of words, the same words as well. Teens, teenage, teenager, teenagers, and so on. So if you key in the root word and then at the last of the root word, you key in the truncation, you put in the truncation, it will written as teen, teens, teenage, teenager, and so on. Okay, so this will give you an option because some authors, some articles, they only mention on the word teen. Some authors, they might mention only the word teens, teenage, and so on. Okay, so that if you key in like this, so that you get a various options so for you to choose from, right? So it is useful to include any variant authors might use to describe their research. But be careful, not all words can effectively be truncated. Okay, example, trying to truncate woman as WOM, and then you key in, the root word will be WOM, and then you key in the truncation at the end of the root word, and it will written as wombat, womb, as well as woman and women. Okay, so it's actually what we need is woman and women. Okay, to differentiate singular and plural. But in the end, we get the articles with the same root word as well, wombat as well as womb. Okay, so that is wrong. Okay, so and then it will be a hassle for you just to scrape out one by one. So whenever that you want to use this, okay, to differentiate, um, the style of maybe to differentiate this different letter from here, okay, you need to use the wildcard. Okay, wildcard. So wildcard used in the middle of a word. Okay, used in the middle of a word to match usually known variants of a term. A wildcard usually represents a single character. Symbol to represent the single character is usually a question mark, but this can be vary by database. Example, okay, woman, WOM, and then after just to differentiate uh, the letter in between those words, okay, and then you key in the wildcard. It will written as woman, women, and women. Okay, so that it will differentiate. Sometimes some certain words, let's say for American English and British English, color, COLOR, COLOUR. Okay, you get to use that as well just to differentiate your article. But it's actually, sorry, most of online databases as well as um, search engines, they have this intelligent architecture system, which means that they do not use this truncation or wildcard anymore. Okay, they do not use. Meaning that if you key in as the word woman, okay, they can read as well the truncation for that matters, or maybe the wildcard for that matters. They will search for you the word, the same word with it. Okay, either women or women and so on. Or maybe you want to search for teen, okay, or teenagers. It will appear the word teen, teens, teenage as well. Okay, without ever you have to use the truncation and as well as the wildcard. Okay, some online databases or maybe some, especially Google, okay, search engines. Okay, mostly on Google, they have this intelligent architecture, system architecture. So you do not need to use this truncation or wildcard. Okay, but some online databases, the truncation is still applicable. Okay, but wildcard mostly it is obsolete, but some, okay, normally truncation is still applicable, but this can be vary from one database to another database. Okay, sometimes that particular database, when you use asterisk and for truncation, you can it will not appear as what you expect it to be. It's actually sometimes you have to know that that particular online database for truncation, maybe they will use the pound sign, okay, or the hash sign, or maybe they would use different symbol for truncation. Okay, the same goes with wildcard, right? So how can you tell? Later you have to open the search tips, okay, or the online tutorial or whatsoever. And normally they will mention inside there so that you get to fully utilize that into that particular online database. Okay. Okay. So this is the searching technique, searching strategy that you can use, that you get to use. Okay. For it is universal. You can use it either in our online databases or the search engine. Right. Okay. So let's get back to the slide for a while. Okay. So next. I will not go through this. Okay. So the other part would be quotation marks, the use of quotation mark. If you are looking for a specific phrase, okay, there's a simple way to make your searches more effective. Using quotation marks for exact phrases. When you use quotation marks around a phrase, you are telling the search engine to only bring back pages that include these search terms. Okay, so for example given, as you can see from here, if let's say you can find a phrase like this, a business management, okay, or maybe the one earlier I mentioned, job performance, okay, a phrase, okay, not just a word, a phrase, okay, a combination of words, okay, let's say this is business management. If you key in business management, okay, and then you click on search, let's say this is the result, 27,257 results for business management. Okay, articles mentioning on business management. But if you use quotation marks at the beginning and at the end of that phrase, business management, okay, at the beginning and at the end of the phrase, the result will become smaller, narrower. Okay, it becomes 1,530 results with the same keyword sets of words. Okay, why? Because normally when you use quotation marks like this, meaning that you want to search exact phrases. Okay, meaning that if you did not use this quotation mark, it will from, let's say from this business management, it will find you three types of articles. Three types of articles. That's why the number, as you can see from the number of results here, it's quite enormous. Okay, it will find you business on a, sorry, three separate article would be, the first one would be on business, the next article would be on management, the third article would be on business management. Okay, three types of articles. That's why, as you can see from here, the number is bigger as compared to the one below. Okay, so you find three types of articles, right? In one, maybe in one in one article, the word business and management is not in together. Okay, it will be maybe on different sentences, or maybe it will be in one article, but maybe um maybe the sitting would be different. Maybe the word business would be on a different paragraph, and the word management will be on the different paragraph or something like that. Okay, but if you use the quotation mark for exact phrases, then you are telling the system that you want the word exactly side by side. Okay, business management must be side by side. The word business management must be as in one phrase, side by side. Okay, so that's why it will eliminate other irrelevant articles. So you save more time. Okay. Okay, so for the next part would be the online database for literature itself. Okay, so what is online database? Online databases is an electronic or online catalog or index. Right? Library databases contain information about published items, and library databases are searchable. Okay, the library subscribe to many databases for user access to these resources. When you are searching a database, you are not searching the web, right? Library databases also contain more reliable information than what people find on some websites, primarily because the information library databases contain is sourced from the experts and professionals. Okay, as mentioned here, okay, maybe some of you have heard of online databases, and maybe some of you have managed to use online databases before this. Okay, maybe to you this would be a new thing. Okay, so don't worry, I'll be teaching you how can you access all these online databases available. Okay, so currently in our library we subscribe to 22 online databases that you get to use, right? So whenever that you use these online databases, okay, normally what contains is inside this online database is mostly your research articles, okay, journal article, research articles, peer review articles, conference paper, thesis, dissertations, and then news reports, maybe some part of encyclopedias, okay, some part of book section, and so on. Okay, and then it is written by experts or professionals. Okay, not just written by anybody. It is some written by professionals. Okay, if let's say you are searching a database, you won't get the same thing whatever that you are searched from the web. Okay, whenever you search the web, it can be written by anybody. Okay, the web meaning that if you find anything, if you try to find any information from the web itself, okay, from Google itself, okay, I'm not talking about Google Scholar, I'm talking about from the general part of Google. Okay, let's say you search any topic from Google itself, you will get all sorts of articles. Okay, not just articles, maybe from blogs or whatsoever. So it is dangerous because some of these resources, some of this information, okay, they might be irrelevant. Okay, they might be irrelevant, or maybe we cannot authenticate the information. It is hard for you to authenticate the information. Okay, so it is best for you to avoid using the web if you are doing your academic writing. Okay, if you are doing your academic writing, it is best for you to use online databases. Okay, mostly in online databases, all the information there would be relevant information. Okay, information that have been authenticated by experts or professionals. Okay, by all those editorial boards. Okay, by all according to their professions itself. Yeah, so it is best for you to avoid is especially for postgraduate students, it is best for you to avoid using the web. So how can you access this is through our library portal. Okay, so I will skip this part. So let's go to the real session itself. Okay, in order for you to access our online databases, okay, you need to go to our portal, right? library.uitm.edu.my. Okay, so once you click into the portal, this would be the display. There will be a pop-up here. Okay, if you need to close this, okay, you have to close this. Okay, in order for you to access the collections that we have. All right. So through here, as you can see, this would be the interface for our portal. Okay, you can see three tabs over here: our collection, our services, as well as the opening hours. Right. If you scroll down a little bit, okay, you can see all the announcement. Okay, on anything that happened, any event on the latest happenings on in Tun Abdul Razak Library. Okay, so you get to see whatever new services that we offer. Okay, let's say new online databases, let's say, and a few other things as well. Okay, so how to for you to access our institutional repository and so on. Okay, so if you scroll more, you get to see our online learning. This will be a short courses that you can enroll on how to use our institutional repository, how to access our exam papers, electronic ebooks, online database. This would be our massive open online courses, or simply known as MOOCs. Okay, so if you need to see more, you can click here. So this is just a short and simple courses that you can enroll. Okay, and then this would be all the physical facilities that we offer. Okay, if you get to use them, maybe let's say you get to come here later on, you get to access most of our library facilities. Currently in UiTM, in Shah Alam itself, we have 36 branches available in Malaysia. Okay, but in UiTM itself, we have 5 libraries that you get to visit. Okay, that you as a student, you get to use most of the facilities available. Okay, so we have the main library. Okay, the main library itself, where I'm from, is from the main library. It is next to the Faculty of Science and Applied Sciences, as well as Art and Design. So that is where we located. For the next library would be Law Library in Faculty of Law. And then the next library would be Science and Technology Library, as well as Engineering Library. Both of these libraries that I mentioned is located in School of Engineering in Tower A as well as Tower B. And then the last library is the Built Environment Library, which is located in the School of Architecture. So you as a student later on, if let's say you get to physically come over to in UiTM, so you get to visit and you get to use all the resources, even the physical spaces. Okay. So this would be our publications. Okay, we have our library bestseller books, okay, our new arrival books, and then our digital library guides and so on. And then this would be the facts and figures. Currently, we have over 2.5 million total collections of resources available, 11,000 total seating capacity, which covers to all 39 libraries. Okay, even though UiTM branches, we only have 36 branches, but in libraries, we have 39 libraries all over Malaysia. Okay, and then currently we subscribe to 22 online databases. Okay, in order for you to access all these online databases, okay, it's either you can go through here, through our collections here. Okay, let us go here first. If you click on our collection, okay, it's either you can access through this. If you scroll down, would be for physical collections, okay, for books. If you need to access the digital collections, it would be here. The online database, the e-books, institutional repository, research repository, and so on. Okay, we have a few digital collections that you get to access to. Okay, it's either through here or you can access through our My Knowledge Management portal. So this is My Knowledge Management portal. As you can see from the top, tab here. Okay, as you can see from My KM, click on the My KM. Okay, you have to sign in with your Google account, with your UiTM Google account. Okay, that is provided for you. Hold on for a while, it may take some time. So from here, once you have logged in through your Google account, then your name will appear here. So this page is the personalized page. Okay, My KM is a personalized page, meaning that it is made according to your faculty, according to your courses. Okay, what makes it so specialized? Normally on this part, on this section here. Okay, as you can see from the facts and figures. Okay, for my part on information resources. Okay, for my subject for information resources. Okay, on the new arrival books, I will have 33 books that is related to my subject matters. For recommended book readings or syllabus, it is for 15,000 books. I get to read 15,000 books that is related to my course or to my subject matters. The same goes with institutional repositories, ebooks, and so on. So this number will differ, okay, except for these leisure readings. Leisure reading is everyone is the same, okay, except for other parts, other resources. Then it will differ from one student to another student according to their faculties or their courses. Okay, so this is what we call as specialized. So from here, once you access your MyKM, okay, and once you have access to your MyKM, okay, and then after that you get to access, this is a single sign-on as well. Okay, meaning that you get to sign into online database, ebook, and so on without have to click to key in another password. Okay, if let's say you access through this our collection, okay, whenever that you want to use this online database, you need to sign in as well. But if let's say you want to use other resources, you need to sign in as well. Okay, you need to do a different signing in. But if you access through your MyKM, okay, through MyKM page, you don't have to do multiple sign on. So this is just a single sign on. Okay, so through here, if you need to access the digital collections, you can get to see all those online databases, ebooks, and so on. Okay, you just simply click at the details here, or you can go to this My Resources here. Okay, alright. Through my, it is best for information resources, not My Resources. Okay, information resources. Okay, through this information resources, the same thing, you get to access the online database, ebook, and so on. So let's say you go to online database. Okay, so through here, we have 22 online databases that is made available for you to use according to your subject matters or according to your faculty. Okay, not all databases can be used in your specific area. Okay, so you get to choose. You have to choose. some of which is mainly to use for chemical students, or maybe for some for civil engineering students, and maybe some of it on general matters and so on. Okay, so how can you filter out those online databases according to your field? Okay, you get to use from here. Let's say you are from accounting. Okay, you click on accounting, then you get to use 6 of our online databases from the 22 online databases. Subscribe. Okay, you get to use the EBSCO Medline, EBSCO Scientific Medical Art, Image Base, Emerald Insight, ProQuest, okay, Scopus Web of Science. Let's say if you are an architecture student, you get to use 6 as well. Emerald, IEEE, ProQuest, Science Direct, Scopus Web of Science, and so on. Right, and the list goes on. You get to choose from your according to your subject matters or your field. Okay, so this is through MyKM. If let's say you access through the portal itself, okay, the one that we click on this section here, okay, you get to filter out using your subject at this section. Okay, as you can see from here, you just choose your subject. Okay, let's say for art and design. Okay, for art and design, this would be the online database that you get to use. Okay, Scopus Science Direct, Sage Campus, Journal, IEEE, and so on. Okay, if it is best if let's say you get to use, let's say as I mentioned, you get to use 6 online databases as mentioned here. Okay, it is best for you to use all these 6 online databases. Okay, except for Scopus and Web of Science. Web of Science and Scopus is actually an index of article that is published in high impact journals, okay, from most of these online databases available from here. Okay, so let's say all these 4 online databases that you get to use, okay, from all these online databases that you get to use, for all these 4, make sure you use all these 4 with the same keywords, so that you will get different sets of articles with the same keywords, with the same topic, but different sets of articles. You won't get any duplications articles. Okay, normally whenever that particular author, they only publish in one journal, okay, or one online database or whatsoever. Okay, they do not post from, they do not do multiple publishing. Normally on one publisher. Okay, so either if let's say with the same topic, okay, with the same keyword in Emerald, you get to find 100,000 articles. In IEEE Explore, okay, with the same keywords or topic, you get to find maybe 50,000 articles, and so on. Okay, so that you get to see different sets of articles. Okay, so from here, if we want to access, let's say we access through Science Direct first, you just simply click on Science Direct. Okay, let's say you click here, the details part. Right, so this is Science Direct. Okay, meaning that whenever that you have access to this online database, normally the interface from one online database to another online database will be differ, meaning that it will not be the same. Okay, maybe the style of searching, the interface itself, okay, it will differ from one online database to another because it is from another other publisher. Okay, so it is best to access all these online database using the ways that I mentioned before, through either through this MyKM or through our portal itself. Okay, avoid accessing it directly. Let's say you just key in the word Science Direct. Okay, Science Direct from from the search engine. Okay, let's say you click in here, you click on Science Direct, so you get the same interface, but you could not get any article that is in full text, maybe except for article that is published on public open access. Okay, but not on other articles that you may have the access for full text. Okay, how can you tell? Okay, normally you can differentiate through this section here. Okay, as you can see from here, this is subscribed by UiTM, which you access through our portal itself. Okay, and this is from the web. Okay, the difference is you can see from this image here. Okay, if you access from your UiTM, meaning that, and then you have key in your student ID and so on. okay, student ID, or according to your email account, okay, your UiTM email account, and um, it will mention here as brought to you by Mara University of Technology, meaning that you get to access some of the full text available inside here. But as compared to you access directly from Google or whatsoever, any search engine, you won't get to see the same symbol or the same image here. Okay, so you won't get to search any other full text that is subscribed by UiTM except for open access content. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so let's say this is the page, the online database page that you are currently accessing to. So it is best whenever that it will be your first time accessing this online database, try to search for the search tips. Okay, some online database, the search tip would include here. Okay, would be here under this search box. Sometimes it would be one of the menus above. Okay, and then sometimes it would be below here, online video tutorials on sometimes it will be on online video tutorials, sometimes it will be just text and so on. So it is best for you to spend 5 to 10 minutes just to look for the search tips so that you get to know that page itself better. Okay, what would be the best searching technique to use? Okay, what would be the best searching technique to use for that particular online database? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, some online database, they might have their own specialty for searching techniques that you get to use. Okay, right, excuse me for a while, I need to drink for a while, sorry. Okay, excuse me, sorry. So so this is Science Direct. Okay, normally for each and every online database, they will provide you the search tips. Okay, so for Science Direct, like I mentioned earlier, you have to access through this online video tutorials or you just simply go to this advanced search, and the search tip would be here. Okay, and then normally it will teach you how to use all the fields in the advanced search. Okay, how you get to use all the field in the advanced search here, and then sometimes it mentioned on boolean operators and phrase search. Okay, boolean operators currently supported and or not, and the hyphen or minus symbol, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, boolean operators must be entered in all uppercase. Okay, meaning that if you want to key in this the boolean operators, you need to put it in uppercase. Okay, the hyphen or minus symbol is interpreted as not operators and so on. Okay, so you get to use the parentheses. How can you use the parentheses? The quotation marks. Okay, and then the rules and special searching special characters and formulas. Okay, the spelling variations. So from here, as you can see, both British and American spelling variants are supported. A search for color returns for color and vice versa. Okay, so meaning that they have this intelligent architecture system inside here, so that if you let's say you want to find the word for color in American spelling, you just simply type in color, then it will search for you the British spelling as well. Okay, and vice versa. And let's say if you want to use other Greek letters and characters, you get to read here the subscript and superscript and accented characters and so on. Okay, so you can do your readings here so that it won't take more than 10 minutes. Okay, I would suggest for you to find all those search tips first so that you can master on that page itself. Okay, all right, let's get back. So this is a advanced search. Okay, so this is a basic search. Normally for some online database, the search box, the basic search, they only have one search box. But for Science Direct, they have a few basic search box. Okay, if let's say you need to find through keywords, you key in at this search box. If you need to find through author's name, you key in at this section here and so on. Right. So it is best for you to use keywords. Right. So let's say First thing first, of course, you need to have a keywords. Identify your keywords from your topic itself. Okay, so avoid using keywords that is too general. Okay, if let's say it is unavoidable, doesn't matter. Okay, try to incorporate with the Boolean operators as well. Okay, so let's say this is my topic, microbial. Okay, let's say this is microbial, and then it's a little bit too general, microbial. So let's say the search results. So for microbial, okay, I have 632,000 articles mentioning on microbial itself. Okay, so we have antimicrobial, untapped microbial natural products, okay, microbial communities, microbial metabolites, and so on. Okay, so I have all sorts of articles. So it's actually, don't be too excited yet. Okay, don't be in excitement seeing that, oh, I have a lot of articles on microbial. Okay, but for this number, it will take you ages for you just to filter out one by one. Okay, it will be ages until you have finished all your studies. You still won't you won't get to read, you get to finish all to read all those articles inside here. Okay, so it is best if let's say you could get to narrow down a little bit with a specific term or specific keywords, that it will be best to use that so that it can eliminate more. Okay, so let's say you want to focus on microbial ecology, right? You click on search, then from 600,000 it is cut down up to 78,000, right? 255 result. But remember, this is a phrase. Okay, microbiology is a phrase, meaning that it search you three types of article. In one article itself, either it search for microbial, and the next article would be in ecology, and the third article would be in microbial ecology. Okay, either that's why your search result is in big numbers. Okay, as you can see from here, we have this one microbiology in one phrase. Okay, maybe in some others, let's say you can see from here, microbiodiversity and ecology. Okay, both of these words mentioned in one article but in on a separate term. Okay, and so on. Okay, evolutionary ecology theory, microbiome population structure. Okay, so what we want is for micro in exact words, exact phrase, microbial ecology. It should be side by side. Okay, so what we need to do is to include the exact phrase quotation marks. Okay, at the beginning of the word and at the end of that word. So you click and search, it will narrow down from 78,000 to 21,000. Okay, so that you get to eliminate all those articles. As you can see from here, they only search article that is mentioned on microbial ecology. Either they will read either from the title, the content itself, or maybe in the abstract area and so on. Okay, so you get to choose. So let's say this is your the search result. Okay, let's say what happens if you want to include other keywords as well. Okay, so let's say from microbial ecology, you want to narrow down a little bit more. Okay, on microbial diversity. In one article itself, it should mention microbial ecology as well as microbial diversity. So let's say we click here just to get to know the results. From 28,000, we have 11,000. It has cut down to 11,000. But for this one, still an exact phrase, but we did not use this quotation marks. Okay, so don't forget the quotation marks, right? And then you click on search again, and then it should cut down to 4,464 results, right? So meaning that you are combining, okay, two keywords that should appear in one article. Okay, so you get to see from here, you get 4,464 results on microbiology and microbial diversity in one article. Okay, so from here you get to see there are articles on review, Okay, review articles, there are review articles, and then research articles, okay, maybe book chapter and so on, right? And then some of it mentioned here as open access, some of it mentioned here as full text access, okay? And then maybe some of it you get no access at all, right? For this part, for book chapter, you don't see any full text access or open access, okay? It does not mention anything, okay? It did not mention anything, okay? Meaning that if you see anything like this, and then you see that there will be no download PDF, abstract and so on. Okay, only mention as abstract and export, but no download PDF. Meaning that this particular article or book chapter, it is not subscribed by UiTM. Okay, why? Okay, normally even though we subscribe to this particular online databases, okay, to this particular online database Science Direct, but from inside that Science Direct, it has a few journals. Okay, some of the journals we do not subscribe. Okay, meaning that if we do not subscribe that journal, then the whole of the content of that journal you could not access the whole full text because of it is not in the syllabus of UiTM. Okay, we only subscribe that is only in the syllabus of UiTM. Okay, so maybe some of it you get to access, you get to view the whole full text, but some of it maybe you won't get to view the whole full text. If let's say you need that article that is not in full text, but you still need to view that article, or you need to view that resources not in full text, you can always use our interlibrary loan. Okay, we have our interlibrary loan services, meaning that it is a free service, okay, free service that we offer, meaning that if let's say you see any articles that you like but it is not in full text, you just have to fill up the form. Okay, I will show you later on how where you can fill up the form. Once you have filled up the form, and then later on, okay, we will try to find the articles from other universities as well, okay, from other universities in Malaysia as well. Okay, if normally if let's say they subscribe to that particular article and they have that full text, they will email it to us, and later on we will email it back to you, and then you get to use that whole full text for free. Okay, so that that is one of the ways that you can use you get to find the full text you needed. Okay, even though we do not subscribe to that particular article. Okay, so let's say you have 4,464 results currently. If you have uh, any other keywords to combine with, you can do so. It can be more than 2. Okay, it doesn't matter. The longer, the better. Okay, the more narrower and so on. But sometimes be careful. If it's too narrowed down, maybe you won't get any articles that you like. But you have to, and also you can combine with not just and, maybe you can combine with or, not, and so on. Okay, so if you have, if let's say like this, if let's say this is only your keywords that you get to use, only these 2 keywords that you get to use, don't worry, even the numbers is still big, you get to filter out and this section here. Okay, you get to filter out on this section here, the refined by section. Okay, so from this section you can to see either if you want to access article that's only subscribed journals, only subscribed by UiTM, you get to click here. Okay, so that other article that is not subscribed by us, okay, it will eliminated from 4,464 to 3,361. Okay, more than 1,000 articles. If let's say you don't mind any articles to be mixed, okay, either open access, full text, as well as the no access article, then you just skip this part. Okay, maybe you say I don't mind if I don't find any full text articles, so but I will try to use this interlibrary load. Okay, so you can skip this subscribe journal part. Okay, the next part would be the year. Okay, so you can the year of publication. Okay, so it's either you tick here one by one, or you can just simply go on this custom range here. Okay, so let's say you need to find articles on microbioecology and microdiversity. Okay, maybe you say I want to find the latest articles. Maybe to you, this would be subjective. Okay, this method would be subjective. So maybe to you, for any latest articles, maybe it should range from 5 years and above. Or maybe to some would be 10 years and above. Okay, maybe to some 20 years and above, or to some maybe the older the paper, the better the content and so on. Okay, so you yourself determine the relevancy, okay, the updateness of that particular paper. Okay, it doesn't matter, it does not, I mean, you don't have to follow my rules. Maybe I say, Mr. Hazrul said for relevant papers is only 5 years and above, meaning from 2016 and above. Okay, no, it depends on your paper, on your research itself. Okay, so from here, let's say I focus on 2016 until 2021 or 2022. Okay, so some paper on 2022 have been published in this online database. Okay, so just if let's say you have more, you can click here, or else you just click search. So for 3,000 articles, for 4,000 articles, it has cut down to 2,676 results. Okay, and then what else you can do is to choose the article type. Either you want to focus solely on review articles, or maybe to research articles, maybe on encyclopedia, book chapters, and so on. Okay, this would be a multiple choice for you to choose. Okay, so either you want to mix and match, it doesn't matter. Or maybe you just want to focus on review articles, or maybe you just want to focus on research articles. Okay, that depends on you. Right, so let's say we choose on research articles, just research articles, so it only concentrate on research articles. Okay, and then it will eliminate other, so it has cut down to 1,942. So for the next part would be the publication title. Okay, so this, if let's say you are familiar with one of these publication title, okay, you can choose. Okay, if let's say you are not so sure, you have, this would be your first, or maybe you are not keen on focusing on certain publication title, then you just skip this section here. Right, so you just continue to your subject areas. Okay, so for subject areas, let's say for microbioecology and microbiodiversity, you want to focus on the section of agriculture, biological sciences, and as well as uh, sorry, as well as biochemistry, genetics, and molecular biology. So let's say we choose these two. Okay, and it cuts down to 895 results. Okay, and last but not least, you get to choose either you want to access only open access or open archive articles. Okay, normally any article that is subscribed by UiTM, it should mention full text access. But if you see any article mentioned as open access, meaning that that article itself is given for you for free. Okay, meaning that if even though your ITM did not subscribe for that particular article, but you get to access the whole full text. Okay, the whole full text in the whole journal itself. Okay. Alright, so this one you can choose. Either you want to only access the open access, you click here. If let's say you don't mind to mix all of this, I just simply ignore. So you get 895 results. Okay, so even though it is still a little big, the search is a little bit big, but it is okay as compared to from the first part from 692 or 600 something, 600,000 something results. Okay. This one is a bit logical for you just to browse one by one. Okay, so normally when you browse our online database, from here you get to read the whole title and the abstract. If let's say from the abstract you have read the abstract and this is the article that you need, you get to download the whole full text. Okay, and then you get to read the whole full text later on. My suggestion is just read the title as well as the abstract first. Okay, just later when you have a free time after you have downloaded the article, later you just can read the whole full text. Okay, do not read the full text now, or else you will get to finish all these 885 results at one go. Okay, alright, let's say this is the article, let's say this is the full text access. Okay, meaning that it is subscribed by UiTM. Click on the article. Okay, so from here itself you can see this would be the title of the article. Okay, and then the food microbiology is the title for the publication. Okay, the title of the journal where this article is published. okay, in food microbiology. So from this page itself, from this page alone, you get to extend your search from one page to another title, from one title to another title, from one author to another author, and so on. Okay, so you get to extend your search from here. Okay, this one page alone. Let's say from here, let's say you click on this food microbiology or to this image here. You can either one. If you click here, it will go straight into that journal itself. Okay, it will go straight into that journal itself. So you get to read other papers that is published in that journal. Okay, either in that volume itself. Okay, volume 103 is in progress. That should be for May 2022. Right, so this will be the latest issue. So either you get to read the latest articles inside here, as you can see mentioned here, full text access. You get the full text access. You get to download the whole full text. Or maybe this would be article in press. Okay, let's say you want to read on the latest published. You just simply click at this tab. Okay, the top cited articles. Okay, the most cited article published in the past 3 years. Okay, this would be the articles from 2019, 18, and so on. And then most downloaded paper, you get to see what would be the most downloaded paper inside this food microbiology journal. And then the most popular paper. Okay, and then let's say you need to see previous issues, okay, previous volume or issues. Just click at this section here. Okay, either you want to latest issue, all issues, or article in press. You can simply choose. Let's say all issues. Alright, you get to read the previous version has been published on volume 102 for April 2022. Okay, or maybe let's say you want the previous version on 2012. Okay, so you get to read the whole full text here. Okay, so this is one way that you can extend your search. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention as well, from this page alone, you can see the site score or the impact factor for that particular journal. Okay, so let's say you want to publish your article, if you have your articles, and then you want to publish your articles, and then you get to see which journal that you can publish according to the impact factor and so on. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so another way that you can extend your search, okay, is through this section here, the recommended articles. Okay, normally in this section, they will recommend you other articles that is related to your current topic. Okay, to your current topic. So normally they will recommend you any articles that according to your micro topic. Some of which maybe that is published under the same journal, food microbiology. Maybe some it will publish from other journals as well. Okay, so you get to choose from here, right? So especially for other, this one is from the same journal, food microbiology, but this one from other journal, International Journal of Food Microbiology. And then let's say you want to find other articles written by the same author. Okay, just click at this, the name of the author here. Okay, normally it will publish here. Either, okay, you have the information for this author. Okay, maybe let's say you want to work with this author. You want to be an co-author with this author and so on. Okay, you get to contact this particular author, and then you get to see what other documents written by the same author that is listed by InScopus or any other online database that is published under Elsevier. Okay, so you get to see maybe some of which you get to see the whole full text, some of which you can only to read the abstract. Okay, so again, if let's say you need that article, okay, you either can contact this author itself or you can use our interlibrary loan service, right? So don't be afraid. Okay, don't be afraid to click on anything that is, if let's say you see that any words, okay, or any names that is in blue color, meaning that it has a link. So from that link, you get to click on that link itself. It will redirect you to other pages or other information. Okay, don't worry. You can explore all this page in at one go. So let's say through this page, Okay, after you have read the title, okay, you get to see the highlights, okay, and then after just simply read at the abstract. If let's say from the extract alone, okay, you get the idea that this is the paper that you want, you get to download the PDF here. Okay, click on the view PDF. Okay, so through this section, then after that you get to see the PDF of this article, right? So you can download here or you want to print it here, it's up to you, right? So after that you can click on close, or let's say you want to download the whole issue, the whole full issue for this volume, okay? Volume 91 that is published for October 2020. So you get to download the whole issue, full issue here, okay? Or let's say as you can see from here, from this article, they provide you with figures, tables, and multimedia component. You get to download as well. Okay, let's say these figures. So it will redirect to the figures. Then maybe you later on you can download. Okay, download in full high resolution, and then maybe you can include this to insert this image here in your research paper or your research writing and so on as an example. But don't forget to give a proper credit. After you have taken someone else's work or ideas, you have to give them a proper credit. Okay, hold on from okay, sorry. So you have to give a proper credit or by doing a simple references or maybe a simple credit is good enough. Okay, but make sure you give a proper credit or else you will be considered as plagiarized. Okay, so be careful on that matter. Okay, the same goes with the same goes with other uh, tables. If let's say you use the tables, okay, let's say you use the charts or multimedia components and you insert that into your own assignment or your own research paper, research writing later on, don't forget to give a proper credit. Okay, so you get to see the multimedia component. Okay, you can download from here and so on. So another way that you can extend your search is through the references that is written by this particular author. Okay, so from here, if the article is listed in Science Direct as well, or maybe in Scopus, you get to see the whole full text. If you see any PDF mentioned as download PDF, meaning that you get to read the whole full text. Okay, for this particular author. If let's say you need to view this author profile for other articles mentioned by the author, you get to use this Google Scholar or maybe the article itself. Okay, so you get to read what are the topic that is written by the same author. Okay, or maybe let's say you want to find article for this particular author. If you click at the name Alfaro et al, then it will redirect you to this page, to this statement where he is cited. Okay, click at this name and then you get to see the article itself, the references itself. Okay, so you get to download from here. Okay, through this DOI. Okay, this is a DOI. DOI means digital object identifier. Okay, the unique number for that particular title. Okay, let's say you click here or you just simply click or you can copy and paste. It will try to find you that particular article. Okay, it should redirect you to that particular article. Okay, as you can see from here. So this is the article by written by Alfaro just now. Okay. So in one way is that you get to extend your search from one page to another. Okay, and then don't forget to cite or give proper credit, right? Okay, so let's go back. All right. Okay, so the next part would be if let's say you want to use or. Okay, like I mentioned, if you want to use or, make sure it is in synonyms or related terms. Okay, so let's say this is or, you get to see the results. Okay. So for if you use or microbioecology or microbiodiversity, okay, the result should be for 21,726 articles. Okay, meaning that this is, even though you said it is not the same thing, but it's actually, this is a related terms. It relates to one another. Okay, so that's why you get to find the result would be a little bit bigger from what we expected. Okay, but don't worry, again, you get to filter out on this section here. Okay, you get to filter on this section here. Okay, and then let's say you want to use not, maybe not. Okay, and then for not, okay, it will only search on microbial ecology, not microbial diversity. Anything mentioned on microbial diversity, it will not list out in this section here. So you get only 5,000 results. Okay, so the same goes with, let's say, microbial is the same thing. Okay, it different from ecology or diversity. Okay, you can use either this. Okay, microbial, sorry, microbial, okay, and maybe ecology, maybe this would be okay. For this example, this is not exact phrase. Okay, ecology or diversity. Okay. So meaning that I want article on microbial ecology and microbial diversity. Okay. Microbiome and ecology, microbiome and diversity. So we have 79,423 results. Okay, let's say you combine more with and maybe mix. Okay, so you get more, you get less article. Okay, so meaning that it has narrowed down a little bit. Okay, maybe let's say not. Okay, so still it doesn't. Okay, let's say by yourself, that's not here. Let's say for what? Not on engineering part. Okay, so you have 2,163 results on microbiome and ecology and omics, not engineering, and another one microbiome and diversity and omics, not engineering. Okay, so you get 2,163 results. So this is one of the ways that you can do, okay, in order to narrow down your search. Okay, in one part it narrows down, okay, in other parts it brought up a little bit, okay, expands a little bit, and then it narrows down a little bit more, and then it focuses a little bit more. Okay, so this is the results that you get. Okay, don't forget to use this filtration here, refine by, right, so that you get to narrow down furthermore. Okay, so for this insights direct, okay, the use of truncation and wildcard is not supported. Okay, let's say if I use man, okay, man, and then put here. Yeah, so it is not supported. As you can see from here, the result is ridiculous. It's a bit ridiculous. Okay, so normally they have this intelligence architecture system. If let's say you click on man, normally it will find you man, okay, manning. See the truncation as well. Manning, okay, man, manned. Okay, man. Normally article with man. Okay, let's say we key in woman. Alright, see, as you can see, the singular and then the plural. Woman, they can read women as well. Okay, so this is meaning that Science Direct doesn't imply truncation as well as wildcard because the system is already intelligent. The architecture system is already intelligent. So okay, so you can avoid using the truncation or the wildcard. Okay, sorry. Okay, the same goes with the different set of spelling. Okay, color. Right, so you can see from here, this is American spelling, color. Okay, and then the same, it mentioned as colors as well for truncation. And then this is the British spelling, COLOUR. Okay, so from here itself, it will expand a little bit from your search. Okay. Okay, so this is Science Direct, okay, that you get to use. Okay, let's use another online database. Let's say you choose for Emerald. Hold on, the details area. Okay, so for Emerald, okay, so this would be the interface for Emerald. Okay, so oh yeah, before I forgot, just now as you can see from here that it mentioned that you need a sign in to or register. Normally you don't have to sign in. This is if you want to register your own profile. Okay, you can avoid using this. If you want to, it doesn't matter. You can do so. It is free actually, but especially when you register to your profile after you have even though you are subscribing through UiTM, you can register to your profile. So later, when you find an article that you like, even in the Science Direct itself, okay, even if you have registered your account inside there, later you can save an article and then you can have a look at the article from the save section itself. Okay, and then from let's say you set an alert through your results, okay, through whatever that you have, the search strings that you have put, okay, with all those filtration that you have done, and then you can set some alert. Okay, let me go back just now. I forgot to show you that part. Okay. All right, let me go. Okay, let's say this is the one. Okay, you get to sign in or register first. You have to register first. Okay, even though you have registered under UiTM, but you can register for your own profile. Okay, let's say for microbioecology, and then let's say, hold on for a while, I forgot to show you this. Let's say you want to focus on the years. Okay, custom range, let's say 2010 until 2022. Okay, and then you click search. Okay, and then you filter out a few, maybe for research article. Okay, environmental science. Okay. Okay, so let's say this is your final search, okay, or maybe you can okay, let's say this would be your search. All right. So let's say you have 10 results for microbioecology and spoilage metabolites. Okay, and then you have done some of the filtration here. With all the filtration and whatever that you have choose from, and then you can search this part here, set search alert. Okay, whenever article that falls under that is published, the latest article that is published under the search strings that you have done um, with all the filtration according to your filtration and your keywords, it will alert you in your email. Later, it will alert you in your email that you have registered with. Okay, it will alert you new article have been published under the same terms, microbiology and spoilage metabolites, and then with the your year of concentration, okay, with the subject areas under agriculture and biological sciences or whatsoever that you have chosen before. Okay, so it will alert you with all the latest article, okay, that falls under the same search string. Okay. All right, so let's get back to Emerald Insight. The same goes with Emerald Insight. You can do that. So for Emerald Insight, again, when I mentioned earlier, if it is best for you to find the search tips. If you could not find the search tips in that page itself, because some online databases, even though, as I mentioned earlier, you should there will be the search tips. Either it falls under online tutorial or whatsoever, but to some maybe they really don't have that search tips. Okay, you can just Google the search tips itself, or you can just YouTube under the name of that online databases as well. Okay, let's say you go for Emerald search tips, okay, for in Google or in YouTube, okay, and maybe they have that example given. Okay, so you can see from there. Normally they have it, but maybe it depends on the maybe it's the search result will not be so many, but normally you will have that results, right? So let's say this is what this is the Emerald Insight, so you get to use this search engine. Okay, so the search box, you get to enter the keywords as well. Let's say this time around we use, okay lah, never mind. Advertising. Okay, and then as you can see from here, it gives you the suggestion for the topic that you have chosen. Okay, advertising and okay. So it's either you can use the Boolean operators here. Okay, so you have 34,000. Or you can simply use the advanced search. Okay, so for this part in advanced search, okay, you get to choose either the emerald. You want to search from the whole emerald content, for except for maybe you want to search for only for journal articles, maybe for book parts and so on. You can choose. Let's say you key in your search term here. Okay, advertising. Sorry. And then after that you add another row, and then you get to choose the Boolean operators. Let's say this is the one that you want, communication. And then if you have more, you get to use this other Boolean operators. Okay, if you are using this kind of advanced search, you do not need to enter the you do not need to use the nesting or parentheses. Okay, you don't need to use the parentheses here. Let's say the communication. Let's say use and. Okay, small management. Okay. Okay, and then you can choose the field. Either you want it to appear only in the title, maybe you want this appear in the abstract, or maybe it appear in the contributor or whatsoever. You get to choose. Okay, it's either you get to choose. Let's say for this part you want to advertising, it should appear in title. For the part communication, in that article it should appear in the abstract. Okay, or maybe in the management it should appear in the all fields. It depends. Okay, you can do that. Either it is best, but it is best you just choose all fields, meaning that the word advertising can appear either in title, abstract, the content itself, or anything, right? So if you have any years that you want to concentrate, as I mentioned before, you can just simply key in here. Okay, maybe 2015 until 2022. You want to focus for 7 years. Okay, and then access type, all content, maybe only open access or only content I have access to. And then you click on journal articles. I want to focus on journal articles. Okay, and then you click on search. Right? Okay. So I have 1,000 articles. Okay, I have 1,000 articles on the topic of advertising and communication and management. Okay, so this would be the search string. Okay, the search string for the one that I key in earlier. Okay, so you can see from here, we have done the filtration before. Okay, and then the filtration is not that much that you can do. Okay, don't worry. So that if you have more content or maybe more keywords, you can simply add up through here. Okay, so that it will narrow down your search. So from this page, you can see the content is available. Okay, if mentioned here, the content available, meaning that you have access to all the content. Okay, and you have to access the whole full text. Either you want to download straight away here, or maybe you just want to read through the HTML version. So this is a HTML version from the web itself. Okay, you have to read, at least you have to read the title as well as the abstract. If let's say this is the article that you want, again, download the PDF. So later on when you have the free time, only you read the whole full text. Okay, so again, the same thing as well, you get to extend your searching by reading at this related articles on the right of the page. Okay, so normally the same goes with Science Direct just now. Okay, And then you get to use the keywords as well, okay, the author keywords. If let's say you want to extend your search, okay, you want to find articles with the same keywords, okay, you simply click at these keywords, then it will bring you to the list of articles with the same keywords, right? So you have articles on information intermediary, okay, for you have 17,000 articles, okay, and then don't forget to do your filtration. Okay. It is not as detailed as Science Direct, but still you can do your filtration so that it will narrow down. Okay. We go back. Okay, let's go back to the keywords itself. Okay. So now let's say we go for the, okay, let's say the managerial. Okay, hold on. Let us go to the references. Okay, so this is the further reading that you get to search as well, to access as well. Again, if you could not access the whole full text, you can try to reach to us. Okay, if it's an article, we will try to sort out for you. If it's a book, then it's a bit hard to use the interlibrary loans if you are not physically here. Okay, the for interlibrary loan for book only applicable to those students in Malaysia only, inside Malaysia only. Okay. Because we need to do some postage. That's why. Okay, so let's say this is okay. So this is the references. Some of the article that is listed under Emerald, so that you get to see the whole full text here. Okay, and to some again, if you need that article, again use our interlibrary loan. Right, we will try to find for you. Normally, 95% we get to find the whole full text for you. Okay, only 95%. The success rate is 95%. And give us a few days. Okay, normally it takes you up to 3 days for articles, up to 3 days, but sometimes you can only get the results within 1 hour or so, but that depends on that particular university, the response from that particular university. Okay, so this is the page for on Emerald. So either you can read through this web version itself, okay, the HTML view, or you get to download from the PDF as well. Okay, so again, you get to extend your search through the related articles, or maybe through the journal itself, the property management. Okay, you click here and then it will redirect you to that journal so that you can have a read, okay, through other articles published in the same journals, okay, with the either in the same volume, the same issue, the same volume, or different volume or different issue. Okay, it's the same thing, the one that the same concept in Science Direct. Okay, so again, you can click at this, the name of this author, so it will redirect you to other articles written by the author, whether it is published normally whatever article that is published under Elsevier. Let's say the same author have articles that is published in Emerald inside, then it will listed here. Or else, if let's say if he or she only have one article published in Emerald, then only you can only read one article only, okay, at the moment. Okay, so let us get back. So this is Emerald. Okay, the same thing applies. You get to use, let's say if you do not use the advanced search, you can use the Boolean operators here. Okay, you get to use the parentheses whatsoever. Let's say either this truncation. Okay, woman. Let's say okay, so you get to see that this in Emerald, the same goes with Emerald. Okay, whenever that you type in woman, they can read as women as well. Okay, and then let's say we put in the truncation. So you get to see articles in women. Okay, women, normally it's women. Okay, what about other articles? Women ambition, women prisoner, fortunes of women. Okay. All right, so, let's say you have articles on, 3D print. Okay, 3D print. Right. So as you can see from here, even though you key in 3D print, okay, you do not have to key in the truncation. Okay, it reads as 3D printing as well. Okay, 3D printing as well. Or let's say if you want, you can put in all, you spell it out. 3, okay, dimension, okay, and then after that you can key in the 2 so that you will try to find 3 dimensions, dimensional and so on. Print. Okay, print, either you key in like this or you just key in, you can put it as like this so that it will find print, printing, printer and so on. So you have 3,000 articles on evaluation of dimension, okay, dimensional accuracy, 3D printed, 3D printing, three-dimensional printed, okay, and so on. Okay, if let's say you have, this is how the ways that you can use the truncation. Okay, so if let's say you key in the truncation, it is best if let's say this is a phrase, okay, okay. Let's say this is a phrase. I do not know whether they can search or not, but to some online database, if you key in a phrase like this, but with the truncation in between, sometimes there will not be search result because it will try to search exactly words by word like this. But to some, maybe they can apply this. Okay, maybe if you are using a truncation, avoid using exact phrase quotation marks. Okay, or else it will be like this, no search result. Okay, okay, so you have it here. We have 5,000 articles on 3D print. Okay, so meaning that I can do this as well. Okay, 3D print, and then the truncation, and then or we spell out 3D, 3 dimension truncation print with truncation as well. Okay, with the same goes with, we add up the quotation marks. Okay, you can see from the result, it should be lower. We have 2,000 articles on 3D print, 3D printing, 3 dimension, 3 dimensional printing, and so on. Okay, so this is one way that you can do in order to narrow down your search. Okay. Okay, so this is Emerald Insight. The one I want to show you next would be this ProQuest dissertation and thesis. Again, in ProQuest dissertation and thesis global, okay, you can apply the same universal searching technique that I mentioned earlier. But it is best for you to go to the search tips as well, okay, in order to go through what would be the best searching technique to use. Okay, you have it here, search tips. Okay, the search tip, basic. Okay, stock words, what would be the stock words? Okay, you can use this character, greater than, less than, bracket and parentheses. Okay, you can use bracket and parentheses. Okay, you can use the slash. It's reserved for use with proximity operators. Okay, and then how you can broaden your search, how you can narrow your search, right? And then target your search more precisely. All right, and then and so on. Okay, word variants, to retrieve only a particular variant of words such as color but not color, enter the word in quotation marks in the search box. For example, quotation mark color. Okay, so it will search COLOR as well. Sorry, COLOUR. It will eliminate this word on COLOR. Okay, meaning that you only want, even though this is not a phrase, okay, you can to use this quotation mark to find exact words. Okay, mentioned here as exact words. Okay, so you have to have some time for you to read so that you get to understand and you get to use this page properly. Okay, so let's say, okay, so in here you get to find dissertation and thesis only. Okay, so you get to find a whole full text or on doctoral dissertations. Okay, let's say you key in the same keywords as mentioned earlier. Let's say 3 dimension. Okay, in I don't know whether they can use it here or not. 3D print. So so it is applicable so that we have 70,670 results on exact phrase 3 dimension print. Okay, dimensional print, printer, printing, okay, or 3D print, printing, printer, and so on. Okay, so you have it in all sorts of uh, language as well. Okay, you have Turkish and so on. Sometimes even in Portuguese or maybe in Chinese character and so on. So what you need to do again, you need to filter out. Okay, using this sort section here, either through dates and so on, and then you get to choose on language as well. Okay, let's say you want to focus only on English, maybe on Turkish, French, and so on. You can do so. Okay, if you need to see more what other languages available in this topic, click here and then you get to choose either you want to include or exclude. Okay, so let's say I want only to include. Okay, if you want to exclude others, you don't have to tick. If let's say in the first place you want to exclude, you only click on the exclude, so that it will exclude whatever that you have tick. Okay, let's say I click on apply. Okay, so from this here you get to see either this is still in the full text or not. Okay, either subscribe by us or not. Okay, you can filter out through this section, leave it to here, or let's say you can see from here this is full text and this is only mentioned on citation abstract, meaning that we do not subscribe to that particular dissertation or thesis. Okay, so if you need to, again, you can use our interlibrary loan just to find. We will try to find for you from other university, okay, in Malaysia, if let's say they subscribe to that particular topic. Okay, so again, you get to download, you get to click from here to see the title, the abstract. Okay, and then you get to see the related items to extend your search, okay, from one page to another page, right? And then what else? Okay, if let's say you need this article, you need to download the whole article, okay, the whole thesis or dissertation. Okay, but be careful, it is only for your own usage. Okay, for your own usage. Okay, so you can download the PDF here. Okay, you do not need to order a copy since this is full text, meaning that you get to read the whole full text. Okay, if let's say you need to cite, you can click on the cite here section here, and then you get to choose for APA. If you let's say you want to use it for APA, okay, on the 7th edition. So this is how you cite on the 7th edition on APA. Okay, let's say this is too long, basic. Okay, so this is on APA. So you need, if let's say you want to do your references, you can simply copy and paste this and you put it in the references section. Okay, but if let's say you have your Mendeley with you, normally this site is most friendly to Mendeley. So as you can see from here, there will be this pop-up from here for Mendeley View PDF. If you click here, and then you can simply add directly to your Mendeley account. Okay, so if it will, you must have your Mendeley account. Okay, you must create your Mendeley account first, so that later on it will insert immediately this article. Okay, the PDF, not just the metadata, but the PDF as well into your Mendeley. So you do not need to download or add in manually. Okay. Okay. So that will be on another session, on another part. Let's see, later on we will do on Mendeley class. So, and I will show you how you can integrate with one of these online databases to your Mendeley. Okay, we go back. Okay, so the next part that I want to show you is ebook. Okay, so let us go back. So this is online database. Okay, what I want to show you next would be your ebook. Okay, so you click on online resources, click on ebook, or from this portal itself, you click on the next part, will be on ebooks. Okay. Let's click on ebook. Okay, so for ebooks, oh, I need to sign in again. Okay, hold on. Normally you have your time frame. If you open it too long, then after that it will sign out immediately. Okay, so I will go to ebook. Right, so it is being sorted out according to your faculty. Okay, so you just simply choose your faculty. Let's say for let's say we choose for one of these faculties. Sorry. Okay, let's say for faculty of architecture, planning and surveying. So let's say this is the faculty. So from this faculty, you have your books according to the faculty. So you can either click in your title here. You need to find for landscape. If you are landscape student, if you are for apa building surveyor and whatnot, you can simply click here. Let's say for designing interior architecture. Okay, fine. Okay, for designing interior architecture, we only have one book because this is a specific book. Let's say I choose in interior architecture. So we have 35 books on interior architecture you get to access online. So let's say you get to narrow down your search as well. Okay, so either through language, so through year of publication, year of purchase, and so on. So let's say this is the book you want. You click on the book. For ebook, it will be different from online databases. Meaning that you won't get, for ebook, you get to read the whole book. Okay, there will be no parts whereby you get only to read certain books and the other books you could not read the whole full text. No. Okay, because for ebooks, we purchase the ebooks, the whole content of the ebook. Okay, so you can see from here, the same thing as well. You get to expand your search from one page to another. Okay, through these similar items here. Through the name of the author, let's say this author have the same other books written by he or her, and it is published as ebook. Okay, so you get to read here as well. Okay, just let us go here. Maybe if let's say if you are lucky enough, you'll be more than one book. If not, only mentioned as one book. Okay, so for this author, you have one book listed under ebook. Okay, and then okay, so you can, as the same thing that you can extend your search through the subject matters. Okay, let's say you want to find on interior decoration, you click on interior decoration. If you want to find books on interior architecture on the philosophy part, okay, you click on the philosophy part. Okay, so this would be on the interior architecture philosophy. So they will find books on with the same subject matters. Okay, so right, so this would be the book. In order for you to access the whole full text, the whole full book, you need to access through here, view full text via easy access, or through this holdings area here, view full text via easy access. It's the same thing. Okay, so you can go through the table of contents. Okay, normally it will be like this. If you want to go in the proper way of table of content, click on this online access. So it will redirect you to the original page itself. Okay, so either you want to read online or you want to download the whole book, you can do so here. Okay, if let's say you need to sign in or register into your own account, okay, you can later on you can add this book to your bookshelf, your own bookshelf. Okay, if you have, you can cite the book, and then after that, let's say you want to download the whole book, you click here. If let's say you just need to read the description first, okay, and then you just want to go through to the table of content. Let's say this is the table of content, and then maybe you see that you only want specific for this page itself, the section itself, the chapter itself. Click on that page. Okay, so you get to read only for that page itself. Okay, normally for this page, all right, so you get to read from this page. Okay, only for this page. If let's say this is the only page that you need, okay, you do not need the whole book, you get to download only for this page. Okay, if this is full download, this is chapter download. Let's say this is the one, you just click this chapter download. You only download for the chapter itself, current chapter. Okay, meaning that the one that we opened just now, they only download for the current chapter only, not the whole chapter. Okay, and then you can include the citation start, APA, Chicago to Arabian, and so on. Okay, mostly for whatever that is listed here. Okay, so after you have done that, you will download only for that particular chapter. Okay, so it is best for you not to totally rely on the site available in this page. Okay, it is best if you want to do your citation or references. Okay, it is best for you to use the reference management software, either EndNote or Mendeley. Okay, so this is ebook. Okay, mostly it's the same thing. Okay, so the view is the same views that you get to extend your search through the authors, similar items, to the subject matters. Okay, so the next part would be the open access. Okay, I want to show you the open access. All right, through the collection here, okay, the through collection tab here, the open access will be here. Okay, this would be the open access. Right. All right, let's go to the open access, open access discovery. Again, you get to choose your faculty. So let's say we go by civil engineering. So normally, whatever that has been sorted according to your faculty, okay, we have sorted out all the resources according to your faculty, right? So from here for civil engineering, we have 67,877 articles that falls under open access. Okay, so all this open access article is not done by us. It is collected by some other organizations, and then we just simply associate with them to put it here. So this is our own initiative. We sort out according to your faculties. Okay, all this open access article is published from all over. Is published from online databases available all over the world. Either UiTM subscribe or we did not subscribe. So you have all the open access article in one page, in one section. So from here you can see that it is listed. That is, it is sorted out in alphabetical order. So you just choose your subject matters. Let's say you want to articles for mechanics of solids. You go to M and then you click on mechanics of solids. Then there you have it. Okay, you have all your open access resources. Okay, not just article, but some of it maybe on thesis, dissertation, reports, news, reviews, and so on, conference papers and so on. Okay, so that depends. So you have to identify through here lah. And then after that, let's say the same concept, the interface is the same as ebooks just now. Okay, so let's say, but it is not ebook. It is the resources is mix of everything. Okay, so let's say this is the article that you want, right? And then you get to choose again the same thing. You get to expand your search through the similar items, through the main authors, through the subject matters, and so on. Okay, so let's say this is a thesis. Okay, thesis PhD, as mentioned here. So if you need to access this, it will redirect you to the original page itself. Okay, normally it is free, meaning that open access is free, meaning that you get to read the whole full text, even though UiTM did not subscribe to that particular page. Okay, so if you see if you see an article from here, you get to download from. You have to find the download section. Where is the download section? Because normally it will not be in the same page. Normally it will be in the same page, but some article it will publish from other its own original page. Okay, so if let's say this is the page, try to find the download section. Okay, after you have downloaded, and then after that, after you have used this the statement from that particular resources, don't forget to do your citation or give a proper credit. Okay, right. So this is open access. Okay, so through this open access, okay, or whatever that is listed here, online database, ebooks, and open access. If you want to find your article, it is best for you to use these online databases first. Okay, because this is what we subscribe, and normally after that you use this our ebook. Okay, for an alternative later about, then only you use this open access. Okay, because in open access, whenever that you see an article, because it is not controlled by us, okay, since it is free and it is not controlled by us, So if let's say you see any article that you like, straight away download that article. Okay, maybe you get to use, if let's say you see the same article with the same keywords, and then tomorrow or next week you try to search the same things, you might not be able to find that particular article as well. Okay, maybe it because of the original author or the publisher itself have put down the articles for some certain reasons, or maybe they have started to maybe if you want to read the whole full text, you have to pay. Okay, that happens before. Okay, that happened before. So it is best to use this online database, since whatever that we have subscribed, it will not, they will not, okay, the publisher will not take away from us the article that we have published. Okay, it will always be there unless we even it will always be there because we pay the subscription fees. Okay, so this is the digital collections that you get to use in our module today. Okay, the online database for literature. So right on time on 12 p.m. Okay, before we end our session, okay, before the Q&A session, okay, I just want you guys to do this for a while. Hold on, yeah. Okay. All right, so I will post this in the chat area. Okay, let's do this in the chat area for a while. So I see that we have 161 attendees from here, this section alone. Okay. Hold on, let me check. How do I do this? All right. So I posted. Okay, so from here I've posted one or more recipients. So okay, never mind. I could not use this chat area as well. Later I will post this to I will give this to Dr. Siti Muazzan, Dr. Siti, so that later she will spread it to you guys so that you get to fill out the evaluation as well as get the e-certificate. Okay, so let me show you how you can do this. I don't know why I cannot use this chat area. Okay, hold on for a while. Okay, so in order for you to do that, you need to go to click on the link later on, ekkm.uitm.edu.my. Okay, and then you have to choose this section here. I'm sorry that this is not in English, but we will try to improve this section. Okay, the penilaian survey warga UiTM. Okay, this blue one, this blue part here. Okay, I need you to pay attention for this section here. Okay, this section here, you need to click here, and then you may need to again, you may need to sign in with your Google account, with your UiTM Google account. And then after that, it will redirect you to this single sign-on page, okay, for library services. And then you choose under the section of E, okay, the E section here, choose EKKM participant survey. Okay, EKKM participant survey. And then the reference ID, hold on, let me find the reference ID. Where is the reference ID? Okay, so this is the reference ID. Later on, I will give you the whole thing. So this would be the reference ID. Okay, fill up the reference ID and then click on submit. And then you should have your information, the respondent information here. And then I want you to give your thoughts, okay, give your honest review on today's session. Okay. And then if you have any feedbacks, you can do so. Right. Sorry. Okay, before you click on submit, okay, if you are using Google Chrome, okay, I want you to disable, I want you to enable the pop-up blocker. Okay, normally by default, they will disable the pop-up blocker. Okay, what I want you to do is go to this section here. As you can see from this, the lock here, click on the lock section, and then you can see the pop-ups and redirects. Okay, normally by default, it should be like this. Okay, they won't allow any pop-ups, but I want you to allow for a while. Okay, allow the pop-ups to appear, and then after that you click on close, and then you click submit. After you have clicked on submit, immediately, automatically, an e-certificate will appear for you. Okay, and then after that, you need to download this certificate, right? So let's say if it does not appear any pop-ups, you may check your email account. Again, you may check your UiTM email account. It should send automatically over there. But if let's say still there are no email, there will be, if let's say there is no e-certificate available in the email or be sent out in the email, try to look at this section here. Okay, as you can see, normally whatever that you have attended here, it will appear, the e-certificate will appear here. So you get to re-download the e-certificate later on. If let's say there are no e-certificates as well, okay, whatever that you have done, it is not here, it is not in the email, and then it does not pop up just now. So don't worry, later on, whenever that I give you this attendance, for you to fill up, I will give you my email as well. Okay. So that you get to email me later on and then mention your class, which class did you attend, and your full name, so that I will try to generate the e-certificate manually for you. Okay. All right. So I think that is all about now. So maybe it's time for our Q&A session. So will there be any question, Dr. Siti? Thank you.
Okay, we have quite a lot of questions here. Okay, you are going to share the slides to me, right?
Yes. I'm going to share the slides with you.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, I'm going to read the question to you.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is, hold on. Because there's a lot of questions regarding the sign in. Okay. Okay, for the new arrival books, I couldn't click at the tab how to get to know the new books.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to show you that. Okay. So for the new arrival books from the MyKM, okay, let's show my screen. Let me go get you my screen first. I'm so sorry for that. Forgot about that. Okay, so let's say for this section here, the one that I mentioned earlier. Okay, hold on there. Okay, the one that you see that from the you can go to the My Resources area. Go to your My Resources area here, the tab My Resources. Okay, and then you can click at this section here. Okay, either the new arrival books or recommended readings, whatever that is listed earlier in the facts and figures, you get to see from here. The under My Resources tab, and then you click. If for new arrival, this would be the book. Okay, but for the book, this they only mention as a listing. Okay, this is the list that you get to see. If in order for you to view this book, or maybe not view physically, but if you need to view the book, the detail of the book, okay, you need to use our OPEC system. Okay, currently we do not attach the link here again because it's still in our progress. Okay, still in progress, the system is still in progress. So you get to view all the recommended readings through here. Okay, whatever that is listed under institutional repository for your own subject matters, you get to see from here. It may take some time. Okay, so this has been automatically sorted out according to your whatever that is listed under your subject matters just now. Okay, all right, hold on for a while. Okay, ebooks and so on. Okay, so you get to choose from this section here, from this My Resources area. Okay, so anything else? Doctor?
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Will PTAR conduct any software workshop like Microsoft Word in the nearest future?
It's actually yesterday we have conducted on easy word with easy write with Microsoft Word. It's actually just yesterday we opened up a webinar. So let's say I think maybe next month on easy write with Microsoft Word as well as reference management software, either EndNote or Mendeley. So keep in touch with us. So we will try. If you can join our Telegram later, I will include the Telegram link so that whatever proportional activities on the library matters, it will be displayed in the Telegram section.
Okay, so one more question here. It is about previously I had applied PTAR to retrieve paid articles. Is it linked to my KM? If yes, how to get the articles? Because I think this person is an RP for some subjects, and he or she found my courseware tab, but there is no content. How to use the courseware?
Again, just now?
It's about the courseware.
Okay, my courseware. So my
Yeah.
courseware is actually, okay, because if I show my courseware, it will be a little bit different from whatever that you have because I'm viewing on the staff side. Okay, if for student, it will be different. Normally, let's say this is it falls under my subject matters. Okay, let's say.
Should I ask the person to contact you personally?
Yes, you can do that. You can do
So
that.
I just need to
Okay.
share your email address, and
Hold on,
to this
let me go.
anonymous posting in 11:04 a.m. Kindly contact Mr. Hazrul. Your email is Hazrul.
Hazrul@uitm.edu.my.
Okay. And one more question. Do PITA have any reliable sources for any Quranic verses or hadith discussion?
Currently we have a few. But not so many. You can come to the main library. If let's say you are physically here, you can visit us. But you can visit the library. We only have a few on the reliable sources on Quranic or hadith. Okay, but normally for online no, we do not subscribe to any online matters on religion matters.
Okay, so I believe that's the answer. So one more. If this question sender said that should I download full text of the articles if I am not in UiTM network environment?
Yes, you can download the full text article even if you are not in UiTM physically. Okay, you can download using your own internet connection. Doesn't matter, but you need to access through the your account in MyKM just now.
Okay, it doesn't matter whether they are from UiTM as long as they have their Google account. Is it true?
Yes, if you have your Google account, your UiTM Google account, and it's good enough that you get to log in through using your UiTM Google account. Then after that, you get to use all the resources, whatever that is available online.
Okay. Hold on, let me browse through. Okay, do you subscribe databases such as Bloomberg or not?
No, we do not. We only have whatever that is listed. Whatever that I mentioned here, we have only 22 online databases. As you can see from here, you can explore from here. So we do not have any Bloomberg online databases.
Okay, one more. Do we have previous masters published papers?
Yes, we have previous master's published papers that you can access to. Okay, what you need to do is go through your MyKM. Okay, again, you can use MyKM. Okay, from this section here, you go to this, hold on. Okay, go for information resources tab. Okay, go on information resources tab and then choose on thesis. Okay, you get only to access using your MyKM. Okay, because in MyKM, especially for postgraduate students, we have opened up all the thesis and dissertation, especially for postgraduate students. Okay, so what you need to do after you have read the terms and conditions here, Okay, you have to read the terms and condition. Make sure you won't allow anyone other than authorized user to use these materials and so on. Okay, after that you have to click I accept the terms and condition, and then you click on submit.
Okay.
And then you choose by according to your faculty. Okay, let's say this is your faculty, and then after that you click on search, and then it will list out all the all the thesis, okay, that belongs to either PhD student or master student, that you can view on full text. Okay, so if you want to view this article, you simply click on this download section. Okay. All right, so and then after that you get to read the whole full text for that particular thesis or dissertation. Okay. Okay, next.
Okay, can you share again the Telegram link?
Telegram link late. Okay, hold on. I need to find the Telegram link for a while. Where is the Telegram link? Okay, hold on.
And one more question here is about reference ID number to fill in the borang penilaian program pendidikan pengguna.
Okay, so the reference ID would be this one. The capital letter, because I shared with in the chat area, but it's actually the chat area is only between you and I.
Okay,
So,
can you post it to my WhatsApp and I'm going to share with us.
I'm so sorry, doctor. I'm having a problem with my phone since yesterday. I couldn't access my WhatsApp and my phone actually. So I need to go to buy a new phone later on.
Okay, if it's like that, so to the
I will post it. I will try. I will give it to your email later.
okay, sure.
Along with the Telegram link.
I got that. I'm going to copy it and post it in the chat room.
Yes. Okay. So for the Telegram, let's see. I have to find. I forgot where did I find. Where did I put it in the Telegram section? Hold on, yeah. Telegram. The Telegram. The one. Okay. Let me get back to you on the Telegram matters so that later I will email it to you, the Telegram link, so that you can pass it to the student later on.
Okay, sure. So to the attendees, I'm going to send the Telegram link together with your e-certificate link and the recorded session for today. Okay?
Yes,
so,
yes.
Hold on, let me see if we have some more. I think we have answered all the questions. Oh, one more. Does JSTOR, JSTOR, a part of PTAR subscription?
No, we do not subscribe to JSTOR.
All right. Hold on. I think we have answered all the questions.
Okay.
It's a good session here and a very interactive session with the attendees. So thank you again, Mr. Hazrul, for
yes, thank you, doctor.
For your very fruitful discussion and presentation, and hopefully we can do this kind of session again in future.
Yes.
And thank you to the all attendees, and that's all. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Right, thank you very much. Thank you all. Stay safe. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Dr. Siti, and thank you, IPSIS. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, everyone. Bye.